Hello, and welcome of this overview of the two custom step catalog list agents and catalog run agent. These two steps are meant to work in tandem, and that's why I'm going to demonstrate them together in this one video. But feel free to use the timestamps in the description or in the video player to skip ahead to the step that is actually of interest to you. With that, let's take a look. Here we are inside of SAS Studio, and I have opened up the two steps in tab view already so that we can take a look and quickly talk about them. The first step is as simple as can be. All you need to provide is an output table to help us understand where we want to save the data. In flow mode, this is just the output port you can connect. That's it. What it does do, it always generates a table that has an ID and a name. These two columns are important for you and the subsequent step to identify what we are talking about. The name is the thing you will see when you open up SAS Information Catalog and look at your agent list. And if you look at the ID, that's something that I need to talk to the catalog API in the background. So that's a technical name of that agent. You probably don't know those by hand, by your heart. I sure don't. So you just enter your table, you run the step, and as a result, you get a list of all your agents and their name. Perfect. So let's take the ID of one of those agents and let's go to the second step, the far more interesting one. The catalog run agent step and it enables us to trigger the run of one specific agent. This means that an analysis is triggered to take a look at did any tables change, or if you have, depending on the configuration, and collect new or update existing metadata around the tables within that agent, that library, according to the filter rules that you applied. So this also means that you have some different choices when you run this. You can either run it in synchronous mode, meaning this step will run for the total time that the agent needs to complete the analysis run. Please note that this can take a lot of time if you have hundreds or thousands of tables within that library that the agent needs to index. This can take a significant amount of time to run. So you can also run it asynchronously, meaning the step finishes directly and the agent will run in the background and you can return to it at a later time. If you run it synchronously, you can also get a visual result, an ODS result as an output detailing some information about the run. This is what I've pre-run because I didn't want to wait while we are talking here. You can see I get some completed status. When was this created? When did it end? Then we can see it ran over 3 tables. We added a new one. We didn't have any updates. We didn't have anything removed. And the total runtime was 46 seconds. Great information. But let's take a look of that run inside of Information Catalog. For that, you can either go ahead and right-click the link to open in a new tab, or if you have a mouse with a clicking mouse wheel, you can also click that link and Information Catalog opens up in a second tab. Here you can see that in the search window, it's pre-filled to say run ID, and then that's some technical ID of this run. And here we see exactly that result that we had our table analyzed. It was that one table that was added to our run results, and we can, of course, take a deeper look at the actual table. This is not only reflected via this run ID, but if we go to the actual Discovery Agents UI within Information Catalog and we take a look at this agent that we selected, you can see the last run date, and you can also see that information of new assets, total assets that we saw in the summary view before. And also when we go to that, we can go to the history, and there you again see that previous run summarized here nicely. And we can, for example, go and jump ahead to that asset, and you will also see that run ID again, additionally with the added run set as new. So this is kind of the equivalent, and the use case I foresee for that is if you have a lot of ETL jobs running, and those ETL jobs help you to update your data warehouse, for example, and then after your ETL run has finished, you want to trigger an agent run to update the information inside of SAS Information Catalog, then you can, of course, schedule it on a time base within the UI, or you can use these two steps in tandem. Well, you need to only use the list agents once because this ID is static. It's a technical ID that won't change. Copy it over to the run agent step and just append it to the last flow within your workflow. Have it trigger asynchronously and don't worry about it, or wait for it synchronously, and that will then notify you when everything has finished within your ETL run. I hope these two steps are of a lot of value to you and help you to automate your ETL and information catalog needs even further than before. See you next time. Bye bye.